right, Sean, I said I'd be back with the answer. You ready for it?
I am. Go.
All right, well, our next guest has coined the term POPlitics, which is combining pop culture and politics. Pretty clever.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's part of her show. I want to show you a clip.
I started to get aggravated seeing all these political posts from friends of mine who just never shut up. Like, they're always arguing. I know for a fact they don't even know why they believe what they believe, and they probably form their political views from emotional tweets.
All right, that's a cute conservative, Alex Clark, the host of POPlitics and Turning Point USA spokesperson. Alex, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, guys. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. I love what you're doing out there, kind of trying to bring this idea of pop culture to more of a conservative. But I want to start with something that's really interesting. And as you know, Lindsay and I study very hard to get ready for every show. One of our producers, Kristen, introduced me to a new term. Do you know what it's called when you take something like politics and pop culture and create a word, or what you do when you created cute-servative? Do you know what that's called?
No, tell me.
There we go. Portmanteau. Just letting you know, it's combining two words to make one. You learned something on Spicer and Company.
I love it. So
No, it's actually a thing. I wish I could take credit. My grammar is horrible. Anyway, so walk me through the idea here, though, that you have decided to really approach this in a unique and different way, because when I think of pop culture and Hollywood and the music industry, I don't think conservative.
You don't. And this is the thing, though. There are so many young women that do like all of that stuff, but still identify as conservative. We're just not pop culture deficient, which is where the word cute-servative come from. Because I'm like, well, we're conservative, but we're also cute, and we like fashion, and we like makeup and beauty and pop culture. And so I wanted a word that was inviting and fun and just kind of not redefine conservatism, because like what we're championing for and the values that we believe in are still the same. They're still conservative values, but it just makes it a little more cotton candy, a little more inviting to people that, you know, would otherwise push off and not be interested in conservative talking points just on the surface.
I like that, cotton candy. Well, speaking about cuteness, I want to bring up some fashion conversation with you, a little girl-to-girl talk. You might have seen this recently, Kamala Harris going to California, sporting some Timberlands, but she was praised for it. Here's two headlines, Yahoo Finance. Kamala Harris may have made Timberland boots cool again. And then we saw back in 2018, Melania Trump wore these when she visited the troops in Iraq. And it says she gets mocked for wearing Timberland boots while visiting the troops. So you see a juxtaposition here, Alex, which I think we see often, but sometimes it's not face-to-face. It reminds me of like when you read In Style magazine. Sean, you probably don't know about this, sorry. But it's who wore it best. That's what it should have been.
It's at the end. I know, that's the beginning. The fashion police part's at the end. I was in Hollywood a little bit.
That's true, Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
You know, but I think this is crazy. Why can't they both just wear them and it be okay?
Exactly, and that's the thing, and this is the type of double standard that is actually red-pilling voters. I cannot tell you, I posted this side-by-side of those headlines on my Instagram story this week, and I had so many DMs of people saying, you know what? I think this is going to turn me conservative, because I see now what you're talking about, the media bias over things that are so stupid. Sometimes it takes something as simple as just making fun of a conservative for wearing a certain shoe and then praising someone on the left for wearing the same shoe. That's going to show voters like how drastically different conservatives are treated in the media. It's that simple.
Well, I just want to be clear, by the way, neither of those are like the Timberlands that you normally wear when you're hiking. I didn't even know that Timberland made such a stylish boot. So I did learn something in that, but that's not when someone says they wore Timberlands. I'm thinking like a combat boot kind of looking thing. Anyway, Alex, NBC published an article yesterday that says young voters choose Biden over Trump, but they're not wild about either. And I think this kind of plays into the what you're talking about, which is there's this default to the left. But, you know, I think if they got more sense that someone was maybe listening to them, that might help out on the conservative side a little bit more. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, and that's what we're doing on POPlitics. A lot of times, the problem with millennials is they are conservative. A lot of them are, but they don't realize it because they're never exposed to conservative ideas. And they're very resistant to listening to conservative ideas given to them in a traditional way. So by using POPlitics on Instagram, my show, showing them conservative ideas through pop culture and stories that they already want to listen to, this is how we're winning people over to our side. And the thing is that I think that we are going to be surprised by a millennial turnout for Trump this year. The thing is that millennials are scared when it comes to polling to say that they're voting for Trump because we are the ones that are seeing cancel culture just explode. And so when somebody calls us on the phone or we get an email or a text asking us, are we voting for Trump? We're not going to say yes. We're terrified. We're terrified that our livelihoods are going to be taken or that we're going to lose our jobs.
Yeah, that's a great point. We just talked to Jim Caviezel yesterday, and he was talking about after he played Passion of the Christ, he was actually blacklisted in Hollywood and had a hard time actually getting his next role. Obviously, he's been doing well since then. We don't have much time left, but it seems like to be a conservative in this day and age, you almost have to have really thick skin. How do you encourage people to go out there and not be afraid?
A mean comment on your Instagram or a couple people unfollowing you from your 9th grade biology class doesn't matter. You cannot worry about that because it's all about saving a country. So if you lose 2 followers but you gain 2 people and you introduce them to conservatism, that's what matters and that's what you should be worried about.
Well said, Alex Clark. It's called POPlitics. It's on Instagram. I appreciate you joining us. Thanks for being out there and fighting the good fight and having that thick skin.
Thank you guys so much and keep it cute.
I do all the time. That's right.
I don't know about John. I mean, come on.
Thank you, Alex. Have a great weekend.
All right. Well, here at Newsmax, we love hearing from you. If you want to reach out to us for any reason, just use the online form. It's at newsmaxtv.com/feedback. You can tell us about how cute we are. Just kidding. Yeah. All right. Still to come, Biden is flip-flopping once again, this time at a CNN town hall. We'll discuss the softball questions that he got from mostly Democrats. That's right after the break.